The Dimapur Municipal Council has scheduled a cleanliness drive at New Market on 5th April 2025, that is Saturday, from 6 am onwards. One-day workshop cum training of Nash Mukt Bharat Abhiyan for master volunteers was held on 3rd April at Deputy Commissioner Conference Hall, Wokha. A one-day awareness program on the socio-economic and environmental impact of the Jal Jeevan Mission was held at Twensang Village, Panchayat Hall today. The event launched on empirical study focusing on JJM's effect in Nagaland. The Department of Health and Family Welfare Nagaland organized a two-day meeting with Kartik Adapa IAS, Regional Advisor for Digital Health at World Health Organization Southeast Asia Regional Office, to discuss how digital health solutions can improve healthcare in the region. The Transmission Division of Mokokchung has announced that vegetation clearance for the 132 kV and 66 kV transmission line will take place from April 15 to May 17. Hello viewers, you are watching Nltv English Prime Time. This is Janchan Kasar, and now the news in detail. The Dimapur Municipal Council has scheduled a cleanliness drive at New Market on 5th April, that is Saturday, from 6 am onwards. As part of this initiative, all shops and business establishments within the New Market area will remain closed until the drive is completed. Shop owners, vendors and the general public are urged to cooperate for a cleaner and healthier marketplace. The DMC encourages active participation to improve sanitation, with non-compliance potentially leading to action as per municipal regulation. One-day workshop cum training of Nash Mukt Bharat Abhiyan for master volunteer was held on 3rd April at Deputy Commissioner Conference Hall, Wokha. The event was organized by Wokha District Namba in collaboration with SLCA Kripa Foundation on the theme Stronger Together Action and Transformation. Delivering the keynote address, Deputy Commissioner Wokha Vinit Kumar IAS said the roles and responsibilities of the master volunteer is a challenging task as well as a wonderful opportunity because of the fact that their role will change the life of someone who has been under substance abuse. He urged the volunteers to conduct spot counseling for the identified users and guide them to the nearest counseling and deactivate the faculty. A one-day awareness program on the socio-economic and environmental impact of the Jal Jeevan Mission was held at Twensang Village, Panchayat Hall today. The event launched an empirical study focusing on JJM's effect in Nagaland. Professor Tripathi outlined the research goal, emphasizing the mission's impact on local communities and the need for sustainability. He called for community involvement in ensuring the mission's long-term success. Engineer Ajang Jongshi Chang Pei Twensang praised the study, noting its importance for policymakers and society. The Department of Health and Family Welfare Nagaland organized a two-day meeting with Kartik Adapa IAS, Regional Advisor for Digital Health at World Health Organization Southeast Asia Regional Office, to discuss how digital health solutions can improve healthcare in the region. The meeting took place from April 2nd to 4th at the IDSP conference hall in Kohima. On April 2nd, officials discussed open source digital health tools like electronic health records and telemedicine. They focus on making healthcare more accessible, cost-effective, and easier to manage. Key points included data security and ensuring the system work well together. On April 3rd, the group visited two healthcare centers, Nagaland Health Authority, Kohima, and Sekozo UPHC, to see how digital health tools are being used. They also looked at AI and ML and how these technologies can improve healthcare. On April 4th, the group visited Dimapur, including the district hospital and CIHSR, to check on healthcare service, medical equipments, and technology use. The meeting shows how digital healthcare can improve healthcare services and patient care in Nagaland. The Transmission Division of Mokokchung has announced that vegetation clearance for the 132 kV and 66 kV transmission line will take place from April 15 to May 17. To ensure smooth work, there will be a daily power shutdown from 8 am to 4 pm. This work is necessary to ensure a stable power supply and prevent disruption. The department requests cooperation from the public in the affected areas during the shutdown period. Researchers at Nagaland University have developed a flexible learning system aimed at revolutionizing personalized education, led by Engineer Ramesh Singh, Engineer Chanlip Yaka Konyak, and Engineer Akang Jungshi Longkumar. The system uses multi-access edge computing and intelligent tutoring systems to provide real-time adaptive learning. Field trials at the university showed a 94% reduction in task processing time, enhancing the learning experience. The system automatically categorizes learners and content, offering targeted assistance based on individuals' needs. Future plans include IoT interaction and immersive learning technologies. The findings were published in the International Journal of Informative Technology. The Nagaland Pradesh Congress Committee has strongly condemned the attack on Catholic priests and workshoppers by a League Hindutva extremists in Jabalpur on March 31st. The NTPP expressed concern over growing religious intolerance and highlighted the violation of constitutional rights during the incident. Two priests, Father Davis and Father George T., were reportedly assaulted and detained by suspected Bajrang Dal activists. While appreciating police effort in securing their release, the NPCC has called for swift legal action and stronger measures to protect religious minorities in Madhya Pradesh. Commemorating the 81st anniversary of World War II, a red line was observed in Kohima War Cemetery on April 4, honoring the fallen heroes of battle. A remarkable tribute to history was led by trustee of Kohima, Charlotte Carty, and resident of Melbourne Port, and others who undertook the 39 hours walk from Jessamy to Kohima on April 2 to 3 to honor the legacy of her grandfather, late Colonel William Felix Brown. Brown had served as the commanding officer of 1st Assam Regiment during the Battle of Kohima 1944.
And the siege continued until the 20th of April, when the 2nd Division were able to push up relieving forces from Dimapur. But the battle continued, with the Japanese well entrenched, fighting extremely bravely themselves, until they started to withdraw on the 1st of June, is when their General Sato ordered his men to start withdrawing, and finally the Allies could start pushing further through Kohima, clearing Kohima, and then clearing the road down to Imphal, and then beyond back into Burma. So Kohima itself is the first point where the Japanese were defeated in a battle on land. It took a long time. The situation here was not just militarily critical, but it was absolutely grim fighting, hand-to-hand fighting, close contact night and day. The men on the hill were completely surrounded, so for the first 2.5 weeks, getting any water was very difficult. Food was limited, supplies of ammunition were dwindling, they were only resupplied, the only way they could continue was being resupplied by air. The Japanese fought bravely and ferociously. It was such intense fighting. It's one of the reasons why it's remembered so dearly, the cost of that battle in terms of the human aspect of it. But also it marks the very furthest point that the Japanese extended west on their campaign, which is one of the reasons that it's again recognised as an important battle.
Are there any plans to expand this event, say like perhaps involving more participants or say like different historical routes?
Oh yes, absolutely, I would love to. As long as everybody is very keen to do it, I'd love to come back every year. The route that we took is the closest we can recreate from the historical records that we have. We may have not done it perfectly, we'll never know for sure, but we've tried to recreate it in the way that we think Colonel Brown brought the men back from Jessamy to Kohima. But we do know that there was another soldier of the Assam regiment who brought a number of other men in. He was a Major Khalistan, and he took a route which went further north and then cut down into Kohima from the north. We'd love to try and find that out and to recreate that. We also know that there are different regiments of the 2nd Division, the Cameron, the Cameron Highlanders, the Worcesters, the Lancashires. They all left Zubza and went down into the Zubza Valley and up to the Memorama Ridge. That would be a lovely one to try and find where they went. And also that's called the left hook. There was also a right hook at the same time, which involved the Royal Scots. It involved the Royal Norfolk Regiment as well. And so they went towards Kohima from the main road, Jotsama towards Kohima, and then behind Mount Pulavadze to come down onto what was known then as GPT Ridge. So that would be quite an adventure to try to recreate as well. At the time, the Nagas, when they were told, asked to help, which we were very happy to do, they were very great and supportive of all the Allied efforts. Without the Nagas, the Allies wouldn't have been successful here at Kohima. And when they were asking the Nagas for guides and support to take the troops around, the Nagas were saying, even we don't go there. So it would be fun to try and see if you can get there now. Well, I hope you have a wonderful museum here about the Battle of Kohima. It's a fantastic museum. I strongly recommend people to go and see it. We're very fortunate on the trek this year. We have the curator in waiting who will take up his position as the main curator of the Kohima Museum in the UK. And both of these museums are phenomenal resources of material and historical information, well kept. They are fantastic. It's wonderful to have the museums, but I think people should come to Kohima. That's the important thing, to come to Kohima, to come to Nagaland, to see.
We'll now take a short break. Stay tuned, we'll be right back with more updates. Welcome back. Let's get back with the news. On 3rd April, MLA and Chairman DPDB Mon Manpong Konyak inaugurated a Ngangching Union Office Kam Nyang Morung at Aboy Town, Mon, were conducted during his address, encouraged the gathering to preserve the cultural tradition and pristine heritage, and also urged the people to keep cooperating with the government for peace and development. A monolith was unveiled by MLA Manpon Konyak, followed by dedicated prayer by Reverend Nokpo Ngangching Baptist Church pastor. The event was attended by a host of dignitaries, including heads of office, civil society members, DBS, GBS, and public leaders. Nagaland successfully hosted Shark Tank Nagaland, a two-day entrepreneurial event on March 28-29 at Nagaland University Medzifema campus. The hybrid event aimed to foster entrepreneurship by providing students a platform to present innovative business ideas. Day 1 included keynote address by university's professor and a presentation by international trainee Peyush Chandra on entrepreneurship fundamentals, followed by an interactive and question and answer session. Day 2 saw students presenting business ideas on groups with expert feedback and dynamic discussions. Winners received monitoring and financial support from their startup. The event highlighted the growing entrepreneurial spirit in Nagaland's youth. The Rajya Sabha on Friday adopted a statutory resolution confirming the imposition of President's rule in Strathtown, Manipur, with members across party lines supporting the decision, while the opposition blamed the centre for the situation in the state. Speaking at the end of a discussion on the resolution, Union Home Minister Amit Shah hoped for an early resolution on the conflict between two warring communities in Manipur. Shah informed the House that two meetings between the communities have already taken place in Manipur. He hoped a third would take place in New Delhi soon.
ये बात सही है कि 260 लोग अब तक हिंसा होने के बाद मणिपुर में मारे गए हैं, मगर इसमें से 70% लोग पहले 15 दिन में ही मारे गए थे। तो एक प्रकार से पहले 15 दिन में कंट्रोल आने में स्वाभाविक रूप से जब नस्लीय हिंसा होती है तो पहले 15 दिन में इसको कंट्रोल करना बहुत कठिन होता है। मान्यवर, 1993 में नागा कुकी संघर्ष हुआ, कितने साल चला? 98 तक चला। कितने लोग मरे? 750 लोग मारे गए। प्रधानमंत्री गए क्या? नहीं गए मान्यवर, इनके प्रधानमंत्री थे। कुकी पाइते 97-98 इंडिया अलायंस के प्रधानमंत्री थे। उसमें 352 लोग मरे और 2.5 साल चला मान्यवर, प्रधानमंत्री नहीं गए। मतई पंगल संघर्ष 1993 पीवी नरसिम्हा राव जी प्रधानमंत्री थे। 150 से ज्यादा मृत्यु हुई, प्रधानमंत्री नहीं गए और 7 महीने तक हिंसा चलती रही। ये इतिहास जो मैं बताता हूं वो जातीय संघर्ष का इतिहास है। पहले नागा कुकी संघर्ष हुआ, दो ट्राइब के बीच में संघर्ष हुआ, फिर कुकी पाइते संघर्ष हुआ, 2 ट्राइब के बीच में हुआ, और उसके बाद में मतई पंगल संघर्ष हुआ। मतई और वहां विस्थापित तमिल, वहां बसे तमिलों के बीच में हुआ। मान्यवर, ये सारे जातीय संघर्ष थे जो शांत होते 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 कई बार 5 साल, कई बार 2.5 साल और कई बार 7 महीना लगा है, और हर बार सैकड़ों लोग मारे गए। मगर उस वक्त मैं रिकॉर्ड चेक कर कहता हूं, भारतीय जनता पार्टी के सदस्यों ने इस तरह से उसको पॉलिटिसाइज करने का प्रयास नहीं किया। मान्यवर, सबने कहा था कि हमारी सिंपैथी है मणिपुर के प्रति, जल्दी शांति होनी चाहिए। इस प्रकार से पॉलिटिकल तंज कसकर मणिपुर के घाव पर नमक डालने का काम किया है मान्यवर, ये नहीं करना चाहिए। मान्यवर, अभी ये सदन जब चल रहा था उसी समय में 2 मीटिंग हुई है और तीसरी फाइनल मीटिंग दोनों कम्युनिटी की अब कुछ ही दिनों में दिल्ली में होने की संभावना है। मैं आशा करता हूं कि दोनों कम्युनिटी इसको समझेगी, संवाद का रास्ता अपनाएगी और धीरे धीरे शांति तो हुई है, मगर संवाद भी प्रस्तापित होगा। और जैसे ही संवाद प्रस्तापित होगा, हमें एक दिन राष्ट्रपति शासन नहीं रखना है मान्यवर ज्यादा। ये हमारी पार्टी की पॉलिसी भी नहीं है, ना कभी हमने रखा है। और हम सभी जानते हैं, राष्ट्रपति शासन जब भी लगाते हैं, 356 अप्लाई जब भी करते हैं, किसी भी कारण से करते हैं, दोनों सदन का अनुमोदन 2 माह के अंदर करना पड़ता है। इसीलिए मैं ये सदन के सामने उपस्थित हुआ हूँ इसके अनुमोदन करने के लिए। और मैं आशा करता हूँ कि सभी लोग राष्ट्रपति शासन डालने का जो निर्णय है इसका समर्थन करें और सुप्रीम कोर्ट का जो जजमेंट है इसका कॉम्प्लायंस ये सदन के द्वारा किया जाए। धन्यवाद।
I shall now put the statutory resolution moved by the minister to vote. The question is, those in favor will please say aye. Aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The statutory resolution is adopted.
Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma reaffirmed his government's commitment to addressing the long-standing border issue with Assam, acknowledging the technical and political challenges involved. Speaking at the Golden Jubilee celebration of the All Meghalaya Karbi Association, he emphasized progress in resolving the dispute and credited past governments for initiating the process. The Chief Minister also highlighted the importance of unity among Meghalaya's diverse tribes and communities. The Dhubri District Administration is preparing for the upcoming Panchayat election. A total of 128 Gang Panchayat, 20 Zilla Parishad constituencies and 10 Anchalik Panchayats will vote across 1,465 polling stations in Dhubri, Bilasipara and Golagganj. Nomination paper can be collected from several district offices including the Dhubri Rural Development Office and Bilasipara Co-District Office. To secure election materials, strong rooms have been set up in Dhubri, Bilasipara and Golagganj. Special provisions included reserved seat, 10 out of 20 Zilla Parishad seats for women and 50% of president and vice president positions in Anchalik Panchayats reserved for women. In addition, certain Gang Panchayats have reserved position for scheduled caste and scheduled caste women. This effort aimed to ensure fair election representation and active community participation in the upcoming election. A 19-year-old woman was allegedly raped by a 50-year-old man in Assam's Shribhumi district on Thursday. The incident took place in Nilam Bazar police station area in the residence of the victim. SP Pratap Pritam Das said that a rape case was reported at 3 p.m. on Wednesday. A specially abled woman who was alone in her house was physically assaulted by a man named Harish Uddin who was working just outside her house. The accused has been arrested and taken into custody.
दोपहर 3 बजे के आसपास एक रेप केस रिपोर्ट हुआ था गांधा एरिया में अंडर नीलमबाजार पुलिस स्टेशन। एक स्पेशल वुमेन है, वो घर में जब अकेली थी, एक हारिसुद्दीन अभी उनके घर के बाहर काम कर रहा था, तो वो अकेले थी घर पे, उसी का फ़ायदा उठा के उन्हें फिजिकली असॉल्ट किया है। फर्दर हमने उन्हें उनके घर के आसपास के एरिया से उनको हमने एप्रीहेंड भी कर लिया है और विक्टिम गर्ल को हम श्रीभूमि सिविल हॉस्पिटल में फॉर बेटर मेडिकल ट्रीटमेंट और उनका जो मेडिकल एग्जामिनेशन है उसके।
Opposition parties on Friday criticized the government's handling of violence in BJP-ruled Manipur, demanding Prime Minister Modi's immediate visit to restore law and order. Leader of opposition Mallikarjun Kharge called for a thorough inquiry and a white paper in parliament. He accused the BJP government of failing to control violence in the state and urged Modi to meet the affected people. The opposition also blamed former CM N. Biren Singh and called for the restoration of the election process, stating that president rule is not a solution.
Chairman sir, for nearly 2 years, Manipur has been burning and the government has totally failed in stopping the violence. वहाँ पर इतना वायलेंस हो रहा है और गवर्नमेंट फेल हो गई है वो वायलेंस को स्टॉप करने के लिए। और दूसरी चीज मैं आपसे बताना चाहता हूं कि वहां पर मोर देन 260 पीपल हैव बीन किल्ड, 260 लोग मारे गए, over 60,000 people displaced and thousands of homes, businesses, religious sites destroyed. Families have been torn apart, yet the BJP government watched in silence as the state descended into chaos. More than 4,700 homes have been burned and over 13,000 structures, including schools, hospitals, and places of worship, have been destroyed. Between May 3 and July 30, 2023, over 3,000 FIRs were registered related to rape, sexual violence against women, murder, loot, and erosion. The internet was shut down for 212 days, the longest blackout in Indian history. Supreme Court judge also visited, many other NGOs are also visited, but not Modi ji, not Prime Minister. No फुर्सत नहीं है ना भाई, तो फुर्सत नहीं है. BJP has no plan for peace. Instead of engaging with the all stakeholders and addressing their grievances, they have allowed the conflict to deepen. Their incompetence has pushed people further apart rather than bringing them together. They failed to bring people together, convince them, and bring peace. Till today it is also going on. I demand inquiry and also let them put a white paper on the table so that who is responsible for that and whether it is the fault of the state government or no support is given from central government or it is merely a politics. BJP's incompetence forced them to impose precedent rule despite having 55 MLAs in the assembly. Majority, but huge majority. Why? You have not controlled. Why? The party that claimed to offer a double-engine government has admitted its failure by putting the state under president rule. The BJP's double-engine government has completely failed in Manipur. They promised stability, but instead they have delivered bloodshed, division, and economic collapse. In conclusion, sir, I would urge the Prime Minister to intervene, visit.
We'll now take a short break. Welcome back. Let's get back with the news. Nearly 60 women in the Kakching district of Manipur staged a protest on Thursday to voice their opposition to the transfer of the Superintendent of Police. Priyadarshini Leshuram IPS was appointed as SP and transferred to Kakching district on March 1, assuming her office on March 3. However, just 1 month later, on April 1, she was transferred to Jirbam district.
भी हमारा जो यहाँ का एसपी मैडम है लाइश्रम प्रियदर्शिनी देवी, ये हमारा एसपी लास्ट मंथ को मार्च की डेट 26 में उसका ऑर्डर आया और 3 तारीख अप्रैल में से ही ज्वाइन किया। और जब से ज्वाइन किया तब से बहुत जल्दी में ये मैडम है ना बहुत अच्छे से काम चला रहे थे। लॉ एंड ऑर्डर के बारे में हमारे जो वर्स है, इतना बड़ा डिस्ट्रिक्ट में, कक्सिंग डिस्ट्रिक्ट में जगह जाके कोने जाके लॉ एंड ऑर्डर अच्छे से रखने के लिए मैडम बहुत अच्छे से कोशिश कर रहे थे। कल ऑर्डर दिया, मतलब 1 महीना भी नहीं रहा मैडम यहाँ, तो इसलिए हम लोग सोच में पड़ गया है कि मणिपुर का जो पॉलिसी है, ट्रांसफर पॉलिसी है, कैसा।
On April 4, a protest was organized by the 44 Raima Valley Block Congress and Youth Congress demanding the payment of 5 months arrears and Rega workers under Reshabari, Ganganagar and Dumbur Nagar RD block in Gandachara subdivision, Dalai district. The protesters marched around the headquarters area of Gandachara but were stopped by the police on their way to Dumbur Nagar. After a scuffle between the Congress worker and the police, a 4-member delegation met the block officer and handed over their demands, which included the immediate payment of the 5 months arrears and an increase in the wage. The Congress leaders warned that if their demands are not met, they will launch a larger movement. The Arunachal Pradesh State Commission for Protection of Child Rights on Thursday presented its observation and policy recommendation concerning children's welfare to Chief Minister Pema Khandu during a high-level meeting. The discussion focused on critical child rights issues including education, healthcare, safety and protection from abuse and substance addiction. The Commission started in a press release. APS CPCR Chairperson Ratan Anya stressed the need for the effective implementation of Section 12 of the Right to Education Act 2009, ensuring that at least 25% of students from economically weaker sections are enrolled in private unaided school under free and compulsory education. The Commission also emphasized the activation of the grievance redressal mechanism under the Sector 32 of the RTE Act to address violation of child rights in school. The National Health Commission Arunachal Pradesh, in collaboration with Wadhwani AI, launched AI-driven healthcare solution which aim to enhancing healthcare delivery across the state. During an event held on Thursday, the AI-driven solution have been planned and to be deployed initially in 5 selected districts: Papum, Pare, Longding, Tirap, Namsai and West Siang as part of the first phase. Ôi chị xem mùi dẻo à. On April 4, Arunachal Pradesh Skill Development and Entrepreneurship Minister Nltv has reaffirmed the state's commitment to providing high-quality skill and empowerment to its youth. Speaking at the felicitation ceremony for food and beverage trainees who completed a 2-month residential training in Itanagar, the minister announced a one-year stipend under the extended state entrepreneurship promoting scheme for those taking up jobs or apprenticeships outside the state. In addition to their regular salaries, he congratulated the graduates and encouraged them to excel and love their chosen field. Speaking during a Thanksgiving function on the relocation of preliminary forces facilities, Lamdoma stated that the Assam Rifle Base are now being moved from Aizawl to Zokwasang. The real transfer of the land and facilities vacated by the preliminary forces would take place in 2 stages by the end of April. Following a series of meetings with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Union Home Minister Amit Shah, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, Chief of Army Staff and senior officers of Assam Rifle, the Mizoram government and Assam Rifles signed an agreement on October 23 of last year to relocate the preliminary forces establishment to Zokwasang despite a number of obstacles and disagreements, according to Lamdoma. Manipur's Churachandpur Deputy Commissioner Darun Kumar on Thursday urged residents to place their trust in the district administration and security forces while assuring full cooperation in maintaining law and order in the region. Kumar, as part of ongoing relief efforts, made the statement during a visit to internally displaced person resident in relief camp at Sangaikot and Saikot block in the district. During his visit, Kumar listed to the grievances of the IDPs, assuring them of timely assistance. After the Lok Sabha approved President's rule in Manipur, Congress leader Shashi Tharoor expressed hope that peace and normalcy will soon return to the state. He emphasized that the Manipur discussion went smoothly and that regaining public trust in the state's institution is crucial during this period. Tharoor also raised concern about illegal immigration, drug trafficking, and the resignation of the Manipur police officer Brinda, who alleged government interference in drug investigation. Tharoor criticized the handling of the issue, calling it a national shame. Arunachal Pradesh has launched a new logo and tourism policy to boost its tourism industry. The event held in New Delhi was held by Tourism Minister Pasang Dorji Sona. The new slogan, Arunachal Beyond Might and Mountains, highlights the state's diverse attraction beyond its natural beauty. The logo features turquoise mountain and an orange arc symbolizing the rising sun. The policy aims to double domestic tourist arrival and increase international visitors by 10 times, positioning Arunachal Pradesh as a top global tourism destination. Frustrated with the lack of action from local authorities, residents of Rajapur ADC village in Tripura's South District have launched their own anti-drug initiative. The community reformed the Women's Action Committee to tackle the issue, achieving significant success in several areas. In one notable operation, they raided the home of notorious drug dealer Raju Devnath in Birchandra Nagar village, recovering a substantial amount of drug. Despite informing the Santir Bazar police station and sub-district police officer Bapi Debarma, the locals claim no action has been taken, leading to growing distrust in the police force. The community is now calling for Debarma's replacement, seeking a more effective and honest approach to achieving the Tripura's government goal of a drug-free state. A road blockade has been staged in Gandrachara subdivision of Dalai district Tripura by Rega worker demanding 3-month arrears of wages. The blockade, which occurs at 3 separate places in the Gandrachara Panchayat road, has significantly impacted farmers, Jumia buyers and sellers, and small and big traders. This disruption coincides with the Chaita month, a crucial period for financial transactions and purchase in the Bengali calendar. The Rega workers, frustrated with the lack of payment despite repeated visits to the Resiabari block and ADC village offices, have warned of a larger movement if their wages are not paid within 12 hours. In Manipur, security forces recovered 24 weapons, improvised explosive device, grenade, ammunition and other warlike stores from 5 vulnerable districts. On April 3, the forces recovered 5 weapons including a .303 rifle, a 7.62 mm SLR, a single-barrel shotgun and 2 pistols, along with ammunition and warlike stores from S. Mongpi Bridge in Kangpopi district. In Twichin, Imphal East, 8 weapons were seized, including a 12-bore single-barrel rifle and 7 improvised mortars. In Sajik Rock, Imphal West, 5 weapons, including an SLR, an SBBL rifle, and 3 pistols were recovered on April 2. On March 21, security personnel recovered 2 IEDs weighing 2.3 kg, ammunition and warlike stores from Kaprang in Chorchanpur district. Officials stated that a timely operation helped prevent the misuse of this arm from unlawful activities. FIRs for relevant section of the Indian Arms Act have been registered and further investigations is underway. Security forces in Manipur arrested 13 militants from various banned underground outfits in separate operations across the state. 2 Kangleipak Communist Party members were arrested in Imphal East with a .32 pistol and live round. 2 UPPK cadres were detained for extorting money from private school in Imphal and with mobile phone and 2-wheelers seized. In Bishnupur, Angom Choba Singh of Kangleipak Communist Party was also arrested for extorting the public in local business, and 2 pre-packed militants were arrested in Imphal West for similar activities. Other arrests include Tongam Rosha Singh of KYKL in Taubal, Maibam Naucha Singh of KYKL for threatening teachers, and Yandirbam Atoiba Maitiv and Okram Herojit Singh in Imphal East. In a separate operation, Nurul Islam was arrested in Jirbam with 4 stolen 2-wheelers. These arrests are part of ongoing effort to tackle militant activities and maintain law and order in the region. Two Rohingyas were arrested by the Kailashahar police in the Ranguita area near the Indian-Bangladesh border. Mohammad Tusim and Mohammad Usman, both from Myanmar, illegally entered India from Bangladesh by crossing the barbed wire border. The arrest took place around 10 a.m. when the 2 Rohingyas along with auto driver Aminul Haq were traveling in a battery-powered auto rickshaw from Kailashahar Paschim Bazar to Govindapur. The police, acting on a confidential tip-off, intercepted the vehicle on Kailashahar Ramkrishna Mahavir Road. The arrested individuals were currently in police custody, where a case has been filed under relevant section. Initial investigation revealed that the 2 Rohingyas were planning to travel to Deogram, Uttar Pradesh. Further interrogations are underway.
আজকে সকালে আমাদের কাছে একটা গোপন সূত্রের খবর আসে যে আমাদের ইন্ডিয়াতে 2 জন রোহিঙ্গা অবৈধভাবে অনুপ্রবেশ করে এবং তারপরেই আমরা আমাদের যে ইন্টেল আছে বা সোর্স আছে আমরা ওনাদেরকে ট্রেস করার জন্য লাগিয়ে দিই এবং সকাল 8:30 9টার দিকে আমরা কৈলাসহরের কলেজ রোডের এখানে আমরা ওনাদেরকে ধরতে সক্ষম হই। তো ওনাদেরকে 2 জন ছিল আর একজন অটো ড্রাইভার যে ওনাদেরকে নিয়ে যাচ্ছিল। তো we are able to detain 3 of them and now they are in the custody of Pelashar PS and our other legal procedures will be followed up very soon and let's see whether we can find more inputs like this in the future also, so that which is a very national threat to our national security, this Rohingyas, so that we can overcome over those issues. So this is
We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back. Let's get back with the news. Mizoram Forest Department and Assam Rifle rescued 31 exotic animals suspected to be smuggled from Myanmar during a joint operation in Champhai district near the Myanmar border on Thursday. The animal, including 27 African spurred tortoises, 3 Patagonian maras, and an albino Burmese python, were valued at Rs 1.3 crore in the international market. 6 people, including a Myanmar national, were arrested in connection with the trafficking and sent to jail. This follows a previous arrest in Kozaul for poaching endangered species. Assam is set to host a new space-related infrastructure facility following a joint visit by Assam Science and Technology Minister Keshav Mahanta and ISRO Chairperson V. Narayan. The facility will enhance the safety of Indian space assets and support weather advisory services. Mahanta also proposed a space museum for students and the public, which Narayan supported, with ISRO offering technical assistance. Additionally, Assam is progressing with its satellite project Assam Sat in collaboration with ISRO, focusing on agricultural, disaster management and border security. Assam will be the first state in India to have its own satellite. In related developments, Reliance plans a Rs 50,000 crore investment in AI, nuclear energy and data center in Assam, while Infosys has expanded its presence with a 230-member project developing center in Guwahati. Following the approval of WAF bill in Parliament, Congress leader Jairam Ramesh through Twitter has expressed the plan of Congress wanting to challenge the constitutionality of the bill in Supreme Court. It is to be mentioned that the bill was passed in Lok Sabha on Thursday, and after a 13-hour debate in Rajya Sabha on Friday, the opposition argued, quoting the bill as anti-Muslim and unconstitutional. Ramesh added that the opposition will continue to resist all assault of the Modi government on the principle, provision and practices that are contained in the Constitution of India. Meanwhile, other leaders also expressed strong disapproval of the bill, some alleging that the government had misused the majority to impose it. A crucial meeting took place under the chairmanship of Union Minister of State for Home Affairs, Nityanand Rai, to discuss the future of the Gorkha community and the Darjeeling region. The meeting, which lasted over 90 minutes, saw participation from representatives of Darjeeling Hills, Terai and Doras, along the senior union government officials. Key discussions centered on historic challenges faced by the region, marginalization issues and demand for constitutional safeguards to protect the Gorkha people identity and right. Notably, the West Bengal government was absent, sparking criticism from Gorkha leaders who viewed this as a lack of engagement in finding a lasting solution. And a significant step towards recognizing the right of 12 unprivileged communities in Sikkim, Chief Minister Prem Singh Tamang chaired the fourth and final meeting of the Sikkim State high-level committee on April 3. The committee formed in December 2024 conducted extensive research to assess these communities eligible for scheduled tribes status based on the Government of India's criteria. The meeting emphasized the importance of constitutional recognition for socio-political justice and highlighted plans to establish an ethnography and tribal museum to preserve the state's indigenous heritage. The SSHLC will submit strategic recommendations to the central government, while elected representatives and community organizations will work together to build consensus and expedite the recognition process. The state government also plans to engage with national leaders, including the Prime Minister and Home Minister, to support the cause. Lok Sabha MP Indra Hangsabha met Union Minister Nitin Gadkari on April 3 to discuss key road infrastructure project for Sikkim. The meeting focused on improving connectivity, including the transfer of National Highway 10 maintenance to NHIDCL. Subha urged the minister to fast-track approvals for a new highway from Meli to Singtam and Singtam to Sevok to ensure reliable and uninterrupted connectivity. Additionally, Subha requested the development of new national highway in Soreng and Gyalsing district, which currently lack proper highway connectivity. That is all for the Nltv English Prime Time. For more news and updates, keep watching Nltv.